How are you, my friend?
I'm doing pretty good. How are you? Happy Thanksgiving.
Happy Thanksgiving. Hopefully
Even though
you're
we're pre-recording, but we're wishing everyone a happy Thanksgiving tonight. So,
absolutely. Hopefully at the time this is airing, you're kind of like just sitting back with a full belly and
stop. Yeah, exactly.
yep, yep, watching
they've
some
they're,
nonsense TV.
they've got their TV trays out. They've got their Brutus Monroe stuff sitting. This is what I envision. They've got their Brutus Monroe stuff on the TV tray, full bellies, ready to color along with us.
There you go. Hey, that
Yeah.
sounds like a good Thanksgiving Eve after the family's gone. You need something to help you relax, probably, because let's face it, as much as you love them, they can drive you crazy.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. I was full on
Yep.
expecting a turkey costume or something when I flipped the camera back on.
You know, I thought about it only because I do have something I could have worn, but yeah, I didn't think about it in enough. Like, I thought about it as we were doing the intro, and
Right.
I was like, I don't have enough time to run and grab it.
I thought about it earlier today, but I was like, I just don't have time right now. Not gonna do it. So maybe
Yeah.
we'll do something. I'll do something fancy and special. And more fancy. I'll do something fancy for New Year's. How's
Oh,
that?
there you go.
Yeah.
Okay, that sounds
There we
good.
go.
Yeah.
Well, since I'm sure everyone's got full bellies, this is a pre-record if you haven't figured this out yet. We still wanted to give you guys a little Thanksgiving special. And I think you've got a pretty simple card. I've got a pretty simple card to do tonight just to kind of
Yeah.
do a little coloring.
Yeah. Yeah, that's pretty much the focus. Lot of coloring, little bit of ink blending, but not much. Yeah.
Cool. And then just before we get started, maybe we should talk a little bit about the special that starts tonight for Black Friday. So,
That sounds
um,
good.
just so everybody knows, at the start of this live, so 6 p.m. Central, 7 p.m. Eastern, evening of Thanksgiving, so tonight, is Brutus Monroe's Black Friday sale starts. It is 30% off site wide. Plus, you've got a whole bunch of different levels of free gifts after so much in purchases. The design team has been coming out with some videos featuring these free products, things that you can make with them, integrating some Brutus Monroe stuff with these free products and free gifts that you get. I will throw a little picture up in the corner here, just so you can kind of see the free gifts with purchase and the different levels, just so you can see them as I'm talking here. Um, and then that will go for 2 days. So it'll go 7 p.m. tonight through midnight of the 28th. 30% off site wide. There's
Wow.
also some daily specials that have been happening this week as well. I think there's a mixed media, some dyes and things I think that they've been
Yeah.
doing as well. So
Yeah.
then tonight we've got our bundle, right?
Mhm.
For tonight. So
We
since we can
do.
show the
And
product, should we go to down cam, show the product, and then get because I'll show you can talk about it.
sounds good. And just a quick plug that watch out tomorrow. So tonight is Thursday. On Friday, there's going to be several videos coming from the design team that will highlight those giveaway products and give you some ideas as to how you might be able to use them. They may be more traditional, they could be a little bit different. Who knows? But I think it'll be a lot of fun.
There's some fun ones. I mean, I'll just give away what I got the rub-on one at the $100 level to feature, and it's kind of fun. I've been doing it a little bit more. I've gotten some rub-ons lately for other stuff,
Hmm.
and so they're kind of fun because it makes it really easy to do a
Oh,
card.
good.
Yeah,
Good.
so I'm kind of excited to see my video come out.
Nice. I
Yeah,
can't wait
yeah.
to see it.
All right, should we head down?
Let's head on down.
All right. I will let you kind of explain, and I can show product for you.
Okay, sure thing. I'm just bringing up the list here. So, for the bundle tonight, we are focusing on the Up and Away 4x6 stamp. And so that is the balloon from Oz, the wizard's balloon, if you will. But what I love about it is, even though it's obviously Oz themed, it can be used really for so many different things. It's not just the Wizard of Oz. So we have the Up and Away 4x6 stamp in the bundle, as well as the Up and Away digital cut file. So that you'll get the code for. We have the Poppy Garden paper pad of the month. Now, Shawn used this. I did not, but it's gorgeous.
I have to say, this is so I have my favorite one, which is the one we had from one of the classes that I talk about all the time, Sweet Friend or something. I can't remember what it was called.
Hmm.
Um, this is a even tie with that paper. This is
Mm,
it's gorgeous paper. My gosh.
it is.
I mean,
You
here's
know,
all the different
it almost
ones.
has like a 1920s Art Deco feel to it.
Oh, very much. Very,
Yeah,
very much so. It's gorgeous paper.
yeah. Another set that you could easily just put into a 6x6 frame and hang it and absolutely be proud to have that on your wall.
Oh yeah. Oh, for sure. Yep.
Yeah. So that was the Poppy Garden. We then have the Ozdust Chroma Mist. That's really cool. Now, Shawn, is that like more of is it's a green, a deep green?
It is. So I will tell you, this is a very, very, very deep green. It's thick. It's very thick, and it's
Mm,
incredibly shimmery. Like it is pure shimmer. It doesn't say shimmer mist on here, which I'm surprised. This is
mm.
like shimmer, shine.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, it's beautiful. And I'm
Nice.
using this one tonight.
Yes. Awesome. And then the last component is the Starlit Sky Stencil of the Month. I don't know if you have that there, Shawn, but I actually have it handy. So
Okay.
here is that. I'm using it, but it's not extremely noticeable in my card tonight, just slightly. But it's a great background. And again, with these shapes, it could go with so many different things. I was actually thinking this would go perfectly too with the Wonderland release because of the club and the diamond.
Oh, it would have.
That could
Absolutely.
fit right in there. So
Yep.
that's the stencil. And so all of that is $39.97, which is really great because I mean that is quite a lot of products you're getting.
hmm Now, the other additional products that I'm using. So I am using the aqua pigment watercolor paper because I'm watercoloring my balloon this evening. I actually went back and dug out my Americano dauber from one of the coffee collections we got
Cool.
because this balloon just was giving out vintage vibes to me, and I wanted to have kind of a tea stain kind of something look into my paper. So I got this out. We're gonna watercolor this on.
Hmm.
Um, I got blue, violet, and turquoise watercolor. And I'm also using the pink ribbon, which is from the October release, shimmer mist. And we're gonna watercolor this on as well. So those are the other additional ones that I got out for mine.
Awesome. Would you like to show your sample card?
Sure. So this is mine for the evening. It's so simple. I just took that rose the paper, just die cut it out, a simple 5.5 by 4.25.
Hmm.
Then I used another die cut after stamping and embossing in Raven, the balloon. Then I just die cut it out and then watercolored the rest. I mean, it's easy.
Awesome. That's really pretty. I like that.
I mean, technique wise, it's there's no technique to this really.
Yeah. Yep. And well, I have to say, it's actually pretty similar for mine. So my card was inspired by the opening of The Wizard of Oz and kind of that black and white, but also sepia toned film at the beginning before
Mm.
it turns to Technicolor. And that's what I tried to replicate here is just the balloon up in the air. I do have a little bit of fussy cutting to do to cut out some of the clouds that I put up on foam tape to add some dimension, but really simple. I mean, honestly, it's just alcohol marker coloring, a little bit of ink blending, a little bit of my favorite shipping paper in the background too that I stamp on. But really an overall simple card. And I did use a sentiment from the Bubbles and Broomstick stamp set. And that sentiment is the sky was never the limit, which I thought was really appropriate for a balloon.
Is the sentiment like right on top of the basket there?
It's
Oh
right in
yeah,
between. Yeah.
perfect.
Yep. I thought that would be a cool spot for it.
Yeah. I mean, I swiped mine across that area, but I used the
Mhm.
sentiment from I got to get it out so I don't brutal, the name. Oh, the Bubbles and Broomsticks was from the last one.
Hmm.
And I just used Our Friendship Defies Gravity. So that's where I pulled my sentiment from, was from this last one as well.
Awesome. Yeah, and I thought it would be fun rather than having the card panel on straight, just to have it a little askew, and that way you kind of see a little bit of that background.
Yep. I love the tone of that. I love that sepia. I love that whole tone.
Thanks. Yeah, it was a lot of fun.
All right. I'm gonna get coloring. So
Yeah.
this is I'm switching it up for tonight. So this is I used this paper. And I actually decided to go pink tonight. Same paper pad, I just went pink. So I just wanted to kind of see this pink one. And so I've die cut this out. So I've just got a nice stitched edge to that.
Hmm.
And then I've already stamped and embossed this with the Raven and die cut this out from another die set. So I just need to, and this is the watercolored paper, by the way. So I'm going to color this out. And I used, as you can see, the green and the pink is the Oz and the pink ribbon is what I just watercolored it with.
Nice.
You have to see. Look how thick this stuff is.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
It is super thick.
That is highly pigmented, huh?
Oh yeah, yeah.
Nice. Yeah, and for me, it's really stamping two of this balloon scene. One that will color and put right on the card as a panel, and then one that I'm just going to color the clouds and die cut those out to go ahead and then put on for some extra dimension. So pretty simple, but anytime I can incorporate my favorite kind of vintage look, I'm gonna do it.
Wow, this balloon just screams it too. Like,
It
I love
really
this.
does.
I have been missing. So, because I think you do too. Like, we do card hops and other stuff, right? Like,
Yeah.
and there's always a theme that pops up at least once, if not twice a year, that a hot air balloon would be perfect. And I just don't have any. I don't have a hot air balloon anything. And
Ah,
this was just like, I was like, oh, I love the stamp for one. And then I'm like, and now I have a stamp that fills that void.
there you go. Yeah. Yeah. And yeah, I don't think I had anything hot air balloon related either. Um, and what's really nice is not only do I now have a hot air balloon, but it's a really nice one.
It's a great one. It really
Yeah.
is.
So as everyone is relaxing after dinner, do you have what are you most looking forward to on Thursday, whether it be food wise or even tradition wise?
Well, a couple things actually. So one, um, Scott and I traditionally do Thanksgiving um on our own.
Okay.
And it's our time that we always do the full meal. It's usually just the two of us, but we'll do the full meal and turkey and potatoes and stuffing and pumpkin pie and as that's cooking, then we put up our trees and decorate everything for Christmas. And we've been together a very long time. So we have a Christmas village that I made many, many moons ago. Many, many
Oh,
moons ago.
cool.
And so we always look forward to putting up the Christmas village and reminiscing because they personalized it all with like names of the businesses have our names in it and all that stuff.
Oh, wow.
And then we have a tree that every year we get some point throughout the year we get a ornament for our tree, and it's typically travel related. So if we go, wherever we go, we try to get an ornament. So then it's always fun every year to dig these ornaments out and like, oh my gosh, remember this trip and this was so
Yeah.
fun and we need to go back there and so I would say though that I look forward to. And then this year, um, we're celebrating in Atlanta, and
Mhm.
we've gotten just such a great group of. We've literally have I think close to 20 people coming over.
Wow.
Um, yeah, and so it's all these new friends that we've met, and so I'm just super excited to go back and be able to spend some time with these new friends that I haven't been able to spend a ton of time with. So
Fantastic.
yeah.
Very nice.
How about you? Are you doing family or what do you do? What are you doing?
I have not spent Thanksgiving with my family for several years now. My choice. I know
Okay.
I'm invited, but yeah, I'm staying local, and a very good friend of mine is going to be kind of alone because she lost her mom back at Christmas last year, literally the day before Christmas Eve.
Oh man.
And she doesn't have a ton of family. So we're actually going to grab dinner together.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. Yeah. So that'll be really nice.
I feel like there are so many people I know, friends, family, you name it, that Thanksgiving has turned into Friendsgiving so much.
Hmm.
And that people like save the family thing for Christmas. And I just, so many people do Friendsgiving nowadays, I think. Um, which I just love. I mean, and Scott, same and I, Scott and I just, it was choice. Like we decided many, many moons ago that we want we needed a holiday just for us. And Thanksgiving was kind of the perfect one to not fuss
Yeah.
over where we're going.
Yep. Absolutely. Yeah. So, in addition to Thanksgiving, then on Saturday, some friends are hosting our annual Friendsgiving. It's a little bit later than normal this year, but be able to do it all over again on Saturday with extended family, chosen family.
Yeah. Yep. I love that.
Yeah. So that will be good.
Now, is your family? Are they local where you live or not? Nobody's local.
Not local. So they are about 80 miles to the west in Massachusetts, out in Western Mass. So,
Okay.
and it's a little tough because it's not a holiday that I like to be back home after, the end of the day, and with traveling with my dogs. My dad has a dog. My
Oh
dogs are
yeah.
small. They don't like big dogs. It can get a little hectic. So,
Yep.
and I have to admit that, a little bit of me not celebrating with my family is me allowing myself to be selfish, actually, because I haven't celebrated with them since my mom passed. Thanksgiving was kind of our holiday. She and I would
Gotcha.
be up early. We'd be in the kitchen, starting to cook, and we did all the cooking together, and watching the Macy's parade, and
Hmm.
it. I'm allowing myself to be selfish, and kind of still take the time that I need.
Yep. And guess what? We're allowed to, right? I mean,
Absolutely.
and that's kind of
Yeah.
a little bit, for us, it was just selfish of, all right, I can only take so much family to begin with. And then to do Thanksgiving and turn around Christmas, I'm like, no, what's the point? What else am I going to talk about at Christmas then?
Yeah.
And we just, honestly, like we've just had jobs where we've had very stressful, demanding jobs. We both have been in positions that have been kind of demanding, and at some point you just need to be like, I just want just to be us, just nothing.
Yeah. Yep. And it is kind of that perfect holiday to be able to just take it easy.
Right.
If you choose to. And if you're lucky enough to have, as I do, I'm actually off all week. I typically take this week off as vacation. Um, but my company gives us Thursday and Friday off. So if you have Black Friday off, you may as well take advantage of that and
Oh, for sure. Yep.
give yourself some much needed downtime. Yeah,
So
this
I
is
just wanted to say really quick, if you're
yeah,
watercoloring with these chroma mists and shimmer mists, so I do I don't pre-wet the paper a whole ton. I did at the beginning and I'm like, nope, it's still doing the thing. where it won't get as pigmented. It spreads it out. So I'm just going straight to right on dry. I will, when I do the background and I do the clouds, I do need this to spread and bloom and blend. So I will wet the background. But on here, because of the shimmer mist and the chroma mist, I'm just going straight to dry.
Nice. So if you are making a similar card, you can totally skip the shipping paper if you would like. I like kind of the extra kind of little bit of a lighter brown that it brings in. But you could stencil directly onto that dark brown cardstock too. So you don't have to use the shipping paper. I happen to like it, and to me, it actually kind of is like since I crumpled it up, a very Wizard of Oz texture because it reminds me of the Scarecrow's mask. So, a little bit of an extra homage to the OG Wizard of Oz.
Yeah.
Which I saw that the dome in Las Vegas is showing the Wizard of Oz, and they're making it an interactive movie experience where when the cyclone comes through, they turn on these fans that blow high speed out towards the audience, and like they throw leaves so that there's leaves blowing around the whole room and everything. It looks really really cool.
And a coworker, and her husband went to see it,
Oh yeah.
and she said it was the most amazing thing she's ever seen. And she goes, there
Wow.
was at times she was crying. She was so, it just, the emotion and the experience just took her breath away. She started crying.
Oh wow. That's
Yep.
awesome. From what I understand, they actually utilized some AI to kind of further expand the scenes because the original movie was shot at a much smaller um, uh, dimension, if you will, than what would have been up on the screen. So they used AI to replicate and extend um, the background of the movie, which just blows my mind away.
I know, doesn't it? Just the stuff that they do nowadays, it's
Yeah.
crazy.
Yeah, because I saw some clips of it on TV, and I mean, I certainly couldn't tell that it wasn't originally part of the movie.
Right.
Very, very cool. My niece and my older sister went to see the new Wicked movie on Thursday, and they reported back that it was absolutely amazing and they loved it.
Oh, I can't wait.
Yeah,
Can't wait.
yeah. So I saw that you were able to take in the Rockettes. How was that?
Oh my gosh. Uh, well, okay, first off, I'm a huge theater buff,
Mm-hmm.
and Scott and I generally, we have not for a couple years now, but life takes over sometimes. But generally, we would hit New York at least once a year, and just do several theaters and shows and things. And we haven't for a couple years, but it was amazing. It was
Nice.
absolutely amazing. The whole production, um, the story, it was amazing, and I was blown away. I mean, we splurged. My friend Ann and I, who I fly with, decided to splurge a little bit,
Good.
and
Treat
we
yourself.
got fourth row.
Ooh.
So let's just say the tickets were not cheap.
Yeah.
Um, Worth it.
Nice.
Oh my gosh, it was so worth it.
That's awesome. Good
We
for
like
you.
both of us through the whole show. You're just like our heads were spinning, looking all around us because things were just happening all over, and like we were like little kids. We both looked at each other at one point. And we're just like we're both just grinning ear to ear. It was
Oh,
like yeah, we had it was fun. It was so
that
cool.
is the best. Good for
And
you.
we like dressed up to the nines. So I had like my maroon velvet jacket on and my suspenders and bow tie and these like floral silk pants I have. She had like a sequins top and pants and stuff on, and I bet we got stopped probably at least 20 times. People
Love it.
commenting on our outfits and how awesome we looked, and we were just yeah, we were on cloud nine.
That is great.
Bartender walked in, or we walked into the one of the bars after the show, and um walked in and asked if we could sit at the bar, and the lady's like, yeah, absolutely. And we sit down. The bartender says, looks at us, he goes, and he like waves his hands kind of like this. He goes, I am loving the vibe you two just gave off walking in the bar with those outfits on. Like, I'm like, all right,
Oh, that's
I'm
great.
loving you. Big nice tip for you tonight.
Yeah, no
Tonight.
kidding. They know how to do it.
Yeah, it was awesome though.
Nice.
Have you done New York ever at Christmas?
I have been to New York for Christmas. I haven't been to the Rockettes. But when I went, it was mainly to walk around and look at the Christmas windows
Yep.
because those displays are just amazing.
It just has an energy to it at Christmas. You know, New York has
Oh,
an
it
energy
sure
to
does.
begin with, but
Yeah. Yep, absolutely. So magical. I mean, it sounds silly, but to just sit over in Rockefeller Center and watch the people skating, um, I could just sit there and watch them skate for hours.
yep. It's storybook like to me. Like it's just the
Yeah.
stuff you saw on TV as a kid, you know?
Mm-hmm. And where I am such a Hallmark movie geek, to me, that just it's very Hallmark, and I love it. My
Yeah, the tree wasn't up yet. The tree was up. I should say it wasn't up. It was up, but it was still covered with scaffolding and stuff. So I mean, we walked by Rockefeller, but
yeah,
um
still getting it all together.
yeah, yep.
Yeah. My niece and my sister are going on a bus trip. I think it's 2 weeks from now. Um, my niece's boyfriend is going, his mom is going, and they're all gonna go together. And they invited me, but unfortunately, I couldn't do it with the dogs because I didn't have anyone to, that I'd be gone a long time, and I could not leave them alone for that long.
Yeah, yep.
So,
That's what happens when we got kids, right?
absolutely. It's so funny because this past weekend, I was down at Cape Cod at a card making event that Jen Sharkus puts on. It's a art. She calls it the art journey, um, and I mean it's great. And it was my first time attending this event because I normally go to her Crop on the Cape event, which is in March. And of course, Jen was asking, "Oh, am I going to see you in March?" And I was like, "Oh, I don't know because my babysitter, my pet sitter, my niece, is not available that weekend this year." And so I was like, it sounds silly, but I don't just trust anyone to watch
Yeah.
dogs. And she totally got it. She's like, "No, I understand." But she's like, "I'm going to look, and I want you to look to see if there's any um, Airbnbs that are dog friendly that you could stay at. So then that way you could just bring the dogs."
Oh, good idea.
And I'm like,
Because
"Ooh,
you can drive from where you're at, right?
oh yeah, I can drive to the Cape, no problem."
Yeah.
And Jen has an expression that she Jenables people. um, because she can talk you into to anything. And I was like, "Ooh, you are such a enabler."
I love it.
I highly recommend if you've never attended. She does virtual classes as well, but if you ever want to see Cape Cod and have some crafty fun, I highly, highly recommend going to one of her events. They are fantastic.
Yeah, I would actually love it.
Yeah, she and her friends, who are her crafty crew, they help out with everything. Um, they just are such a great group of people. They are so welcoming. I've now seen them a few times for events, and they remember you. They, make you feel welcome. It's really a great time.
Love it. I like her stuff too. You know what I mean? Like
Oh
she
yeah.
does such a great job with her stuff.
Yep, absolutely. Yep. I'm so jealous that, she got to be on Tim's team when while he had one.
Right? Tell you this, I didn't use this Americano dauber much when it first came out. I think I used it once. And I
Uh-huh.
kind of like in like watercoloring with this and giving this that vintagey tea dyed kind of it'd be fun to just I should have tested this on a whole sheet of just on a really light tea dye layer to see what I'd get.
Oh yeah.
And then just like this stamp would be perfect just to do a tea dye layer, stamp it, maybe emboss it in gold or something and be done.
Ooh. Yeah. I used it a little bit when it came out. And I enjoyed it. I just I think the releases that came after weren't really the type of releases that I would use that with. So
Right. Yep, I agree.
now I know it might seem a little crazy to some that I alcohol marker colored my sky like this. But it really is to be able to control um, that kind of blend from the dark up at the top down to the light, and to be able to just I felt that the alcohol marker and the coloring kind of gave it more of a vintage illustration type. So that's why I did that. So if you're sitting there saying, Walter, are you really just making unnecessary work for yourself? I don't necessarily disagree with you, but there was a method to my madness. And once I got that nice blue gray on, I'm coming in with a lighter brown gray to kind of lighten it up just a bit. But this is also then some of the color I'm going to put into the clouds. And I wanted a very stormy looking sky. And I think that this really helps achieve that. So, not to worry, there was a method to my madness. Not
And now
saying,
on my sky, oh, go ahead. I'm sorry.
oh, no, no, please. I was just saying, not saying you have to agree, people out there watching, but, just explaining why I did it.
On my sky cloud. So now I'm wetting the clouds down pretty good, actually, getting a nice little slight puddle inside my embossing. And then I start light to dark. So I'm taking the turquoise aqua pigment and I dot it all along the top edge and I just let it bloom its way down like so. Then I'll rinse that out, start with a semi little dry brush, and then take that blue violet and then I dot along that bottom edge and let them bloom together. And then I'll dab them together just a little bit so I get kind of a blend. But I'm throwing down a fair amount of pigment to do this.
Yeah.
And I'm not sopping it back up. I'm letting that whole pigment sop in. because I do want the way this dries when you just let it puddle and dry is different than if I was to peel it back and get a lighter pigment. So I want this to stay intense. And then I just kind of dot the line together a little bit to blend.
Now, if you're wondering why I'm coloring the clouds on the panel that I'll be putting down onto the card when I said I'd be doing some fussy cutting and propping some up, it's for the simple fact that I don't do it to every cloud. So I have to color some of the clouds anyway. And since I'm putting foam tape onto here, in case the foam tape comes off, you then have a cloud that is colored and it won't look so funny.
What I miss about our lives is, when we get the chat going,
Yeah.
this would be the stamp I would love to hear what people would say, what they would do. Like, would they color it? Would they paint it? Would they, just do an ink smushing background and stamp it? Like, I would like to know, like, what people do,
Yep.
with something like this.
Yeah. And I've seen a couple of the design team members use it, and it looks great. And I like to see that everybody's doing something different.
Different. Mm-hmm.
Like, I think you and I are the only ones who have done something kind of like vintage with it.
I agree. Yep. Well, I figured this was if I was gonna do it because you've been pulling out the fun folds Shawn style, and I'm like, well, I've got an opportunity here now to vintage something of my interpretation, Walter style. So I thought I better do it.
I love it.
I have this thing though, like if I was to compare like your card you're doing now, I have this thing that I really struggle just going. Like you do such a good job at just throwing down the sepia and just just more tonal versus. I mean, look at I threw this. This is my interpretation of sepia, and I still got that pink, and now I got to throw something bright on. Like the one tone sepia thing, vintage thing. I get that urge to just I got to get some color in it.
Yeah. So you would be more of the monochromatic style that adds a pop of color.
Correct.
Yep.
Yep.
Yep. And I'll tell you, I love doing like monochromatic, just the grays or gray and black with florals. I
Oh,
love doing that.
seeing immediately you're like grays and blacks, and in my head I'm like, oh, and a little bit of pink.
Oh, funny.
How long does it take you usually? Like when we get things for design team stuff, and you get stuff that how they just kind of send us things and say, "Hey, I'm sending you this. We want you to work on this or something."
Mm-hmm.
Do you ever get stuff where you just kind of like end up just kind of staring at it for a while, going, "Okay, what can I do? What do I want to do? Like stamps that you just like, what should I do with this?"
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. Yep. There have been some that have really stumped me. Um, Absolutely. Yeah. And what I typically do is I really, I kind of just spend some time pondering that particular stamp. Um,
Mm-hmm.
and really just trying to think of, okay, if I can't think of anything really creative, what can I do that would be simple, but I can try to elevate that simplicity a little bit. That's how I generally approach those types of things. How about you?
Kind of the same. I mean, I get it where I mean, yes, I've gotten ones where I'm kind of stumped at like, oh gosh, like what do you do with this? How do I, like, and not in a bad way. It's just sometimes it stretches the creativity. It's a great stamp, but I just how do I interpret it and what I would do with
Hmm.
it? But then I start thinking, I go down that route of like, okay, what would be a great technique to use with this stamp? Um, and sometimes I go technique versus overall look or scene,
Hmm.
versus like, okay, then I have to start thinking techniques and backgrounds and what can I mix with this to make it what I.
Yep, totally get that. Yeah. Um, at the end of the day, sometimes you just need to take a little time, think about it, and something will come to you.
But there's also been times where I'm like, I'm just gonna stamp it and color it and figure it out. Then do I want to fussy cut it? Do I? But I just sometimes I like just got to start doing something with it.
Hmm. Yeah, absolutely. So, friends at home watching, we would love to hear your thoughts on what you would do if you were creating with the stamp. So please, by all means, put some comments there in the comment section on YouTube or in Facebook, however you're watching, and let us know. Love to hear what you think. What do you think of the way that we're approaching it? Um, if you were here live, I'm sure a lot of you would have some things to say, and we'd love to hear that. So
Well, we
share it.
know they would have. We know they'd have things to say.
Oh, too funny. Yeah, no, we'd love to hear your thoughts.
And then I don't think we mentioned we only done a couple Thursdays, but Walter and I came up with a new hashtag since we kind of did a Wednesday specific hashtag. And I'll put all this in the description below as well. So if you are inspired by any of our projects and want to case any of our cards or projects or give your own interpretation of the stamp or product, feel free to throw it up in the fan club, Bruce Monroe Fan Club Facebook page, hashtag it us at hashtag BM Men of Monroe. So it would be BMMenofMonroe. Brutus Monroe, Men of Monroe.
Yeah. Love seeing what you create. And
And
if
then,
you Oh,
oh, go
go
ahead.
ahead.
Go ahead.
Please.
Just a reminder to the sale did the Black Friday started at the beginning of our live. 30% off site wide. And then there are different levels of free gifts. You will see videos coming out tomorrow, I believe, starting tomorrow, um, from the design team using these free gifts and ideas for you. Some mixing them by themselves, some mixing them with Brutus Monroe products. Um, and then I will have all the links and affiliate links and all that stuff down in the description for you as well.
Awesome. Now you might be wondering, why did I color all that and then wait, and now I'm coming back with like kind of that more sepia? The reason is because I wanted my ink that I had put down originally in the sky to dry before coming in and adding in another layer. And here I'm not going really heavy. I'm just kind of giving a very light coat, um, just to get that sepia and black and white tone. So yet again, there was a method to my madness. Might not always seem like there is, but there is. And then
I
just
should grab just to show live my cards I had created for last week's live that I had to miss.
oh
I could show
yeah,
everybody those cards too, since I'm using the sentiment from that stamp set here.
absolutely. Yeah, you were missed last week.
I know. I did watch you a little bit
Yeah.
when I was on kind of in between things.
Oh,
I didn't
nice.
pipe in though. I was kind of busy and then watching.
That's okay. Understood. Chat was good though. Had lots of friends keeping me company while you were busy flying.
Good.
Yeah. Okay, so that is, well, no, I want to add just a little something over here. Because that was not filled in too well. Now I'm going to come in and add in that gray to make sure that looks right. Now I am simply going to take two different distress not oxides, two different distressants. I'm going to first use some tea dye. Really load up the brush and come in and just blend some of that tea dye over it. And that's going to give you that slightly tea dyed, like a tea dye color, kind of similar to what Shawn is getting with the Americano Dauber. And it's also going to help blend and give us that tone. Then I'm going to come in with the Lost Shadow, which if you haven't used Lost Shadow, I love it. Just trying to find where'd my black blending brush go? I thought I just had it. Or do I have my gray? Gray would do too. Something, anything? I'm still a little unorganized with putting things away, just getting back from the Cape. This one will do. So the Lost Shadow is a very light gray, and I love it because you mix Lost Shadow with either antique linen or tea dye, and that just creates such a wonderful antique effect. That very, very vintage effect. So if you didn't, go ahead.
I was just gonna say, do you remember when I had Sandy and then her friend Colette here watching our live in studio?
Yeah.
Or my studio audience. So we got talking about the brick. So I was just thinking about that because I just put my brick away. And remember how we were talking about the brick and then your brick?
Yeah.
So she got inspired by the brick so much that her husband found. You're gonna love this. Her husband found this what do you call it? Old cast iron, like iron your clothes iron. And she said it's heavy. It is heavy, but they thought that would be perfect for flattening our cards, and I'm like, and she's like, it is perfect. She goes, it's heavy. I'm like, that is awesome.
Wow, I love that.
Wouldn't that be cool?
Yeah. Was that Sandy or Colette?
Colette. Yep, Colette.
Oh, that's awesome. Okay, so now that I'm going to let that dry a bit. And as you can see, I actually went a little bit darker in my sky this time than the first time, just trying to experiment. The bottom isn't so much darker, but the top is. Um, and I actually like it. I think it looks pretty good. Um, Now, for the clouds, I am 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of the clouds. The ones that aren't going, although these go over the balloon, um, these here that kind of go behind the balloon, it would have been too tough to die cut those, so I left those, and then that really small one, not die cut, fussy cut. So I left those on there, but I like to add that little bit of extra dimension. And so I'm just going to color those particular clouds pretty much the same way I just colored the ones um, that I have there. There's the one I'm looking for.
And then I'll explain what I'm doing now. So when I made this card originally and I was done, I felt like it was missing something. And I wanted to edge it, and I resisted the urge to ink blend and distress it. And so what I did is I have a little glue bottle with a really fine tip, and I'm putting a little bead of glue all around the edge, covering it in gilded embossing powder and embossing it.
Ooh, nice.
So I'm just using glue instead of ink.
The good news is that these clouds don't take too long to color. And second, feel free to color outside the line since we're fussy cutting these out. Just is going to make it easier because then you don't have to worry about did you miss anything. So truly, go beyond the line. It's not going to, no one's going to know except for you. The other reason why I say that is I'm going to come in with some ink anyways, and blend over the clouds. So that would have gone outside of that area. So yeah, since this is being cut up, no need to be careful. Permission to be messy. Still have some ink on there on my brown, so I'm just going to come in and go over those with what's on there to use that up and kind of get that off my brush. And then just come in with some lost shadow.
Just using a little bit of a gold watercolor just to accent a couple little pieces on this balloon. Well, now the ultimate question is, I wonder how many people we put into turkey coma and are sleeping at this point of our video.
Okay, in the chat, we're going to do a poll. If you're still
Yeah.
awake,
Yeah.
please let us know whether you're still with us, or did we lull you into a Thanksgiving slumber?
No hurt feelings if you fell asleep.
Not at all, because chances are at this time I'm probably going to be asleep too.
Yeah, exactly. All right, dry that last little piece.
Okay, let's fussy cut. Luckily, these aren't too bad. It's just that there are 6 of them, so it'll take me a quick second.
Yeah, I'm not sure if I'll be sleeping at this point or not. You know, this group of friends likes to. I know that there's going to be some cocktails involved, and I know there's going to be some cards or games
Ah,
or who knows. They love their card games, drinking game kind of stuff. So we'll see if, and not in like a. Well, I mean, the last party was a little college drinking game, but it was a yard party. Like this is going to be more quarters and cards, I'm assuming.
gotcha. Oh, funny. Actually, it was pretty funny at the at Jin's event yesterday morning. I did meet some wonderful ladies from Minnesota, and they are all farm girls. So
Like farm girls from the store, farm girls.
yeah, from the store, yeah.
Oh, nice.
And they were a riot. They went upstairs to the restaurant. So we were in the kind of the function room, if you will, down below, where they actually hold weddings. And what was nice about it is it looked right out over the water, right out over the ocean.
Oh,
So yeah, it was right on the coast. It was beautiful. But yesterday morning, they decided they needed a little creative inspiration, and they went upstairs and brought down Bloody Marys.
oh.
So that was pretty funny. And really, such a small world. One of the farm girls that I met, she lives in Minnesota, just south of the Twin Cities, she said. But she's originally from Massachusetts. And so she said to me, "Oh, where do you live?" And I said, "Oh, I live in Waltham." And she said, "Get out of here. My nephew lives in Waltham, and I am from Watertown, which is the next town over." So
Oh my
she's like,
gosh.
I know the area. Yeah. Get to meet some really nice folks.
It's crazy how small of a world it is. It really is.
Absolutely. Yeah. So she's like, "You've been to Minnesota. Where have you been?" And I said, "Well, I have friends who are family, not friends, who live in Woodbury, just south of St. Paul." She's like, "I go shopping in Woodbury every week. I know where it is." And so yesterday morning, it was probably about 30 degrees, 31 degrees. So not terribly cold, but there was, a breeze coming off the ocean. And I still took a walk down to see the water, and Christy did as well, and Cindy did. And as we were walking back up, this woman from Minnesota that I just spoke of is standing outside, um, waiting for her friends, and she's just in a sweatshirt. And someone from the resort had said to her, "Oh, miss, you can go inside. It's cold." She said, "I'm from Minnesota. I'm used to minus 40."
Yeah, exactly.
I believe her name, I met so many people that it's hard to remember names, all of them, but I believe she said her name was Elizabeth. And so, Elizabeth, I don't know if you'll be watching or not, but if you happen to be, hello.
Did you tell her about Men of Monroe and
Yeah,
and
actually, it was interesting how, you know, I I feel a little uncomfortable sometimes when people come up to me and say, "Oh my gosh, I follow you on Instagram," or "Oh, I've
yeah,
seen you on Facebook for Brutus Monroe." Um,
I love it.
yeah, and I had that happen a few times, to the point that Christy started to tease me and say that she was going to set up a table by our table and put a sign up that this was the autograph line for Walter.
I love it. A
Oh,
buck a picture and autograph free.
there you go.
My
Oh,
head's gonna get in here for a second here. It's a lot of pink, I think, but that's all right. It's glued down now. Edge
oh,
that just.
that looks nice.
Yeah, I like the pink. I do think I'm gonna just take a little distress around the edge of this one just to break that up a tiny bit.
So it's funny. I just happened to notice that we're a little over an hour. And it seems like whenever we both say, "Oh, we may not even go the full hour," um, we end up going over.
I honestly, I thought I'm gonna have mine done in 30 minutes.
I was kind of thinking the same. For me, it's this fussy cutting, but I'm almost there. I won't be too long.
When I honestly, I was like, I knew we had an hour. I'm like, no rush. Like I was just like, not rushing my coloring, you know.
Yep. Well, and if everyone watching is asleep, maybe if they wake up, they'll feel good to see. Oh, they're still on. I wasn't asleep
Yeah,
for that long.
yeah, right. Oh yeah, that's good.
Trying to remember. One of the other farm girls who was absolutely hysterical. I believe her name, she goes by Babs. And Jen knows her from being out at the Firefly Farm. And oh, she was hysterical. She was one of the Bloody Mary instigators. Um, and she just had such a great sense of humor.
Well, I forgot that Jen does that thing at Firefly. I totally forgot about that. So that makes sense.
Yeah, yeah. So not only does she do the thing at Firefly, but then Firefly also does a bus trip, and they come out to Cape Cod and do a thing with
Oh.
Jen there as well in the summer, I guess. So yeah.
All right, I'll show my car because then I'm going to show my other two from last week.
Oh yeah.
I mean, I posted them, but I'll show them here. So this was the one from tonight. So I did more pink on this. What was the name of this paper again? Or this paper pad? Let's see. Get the name out. The Poppy Garden. And then this was the one from the sample that I made. So I did more of the cream and the green background, but I just wanted to try the pink. So same color combos, same sentiment, same product on both cards, just different on the backgrounds on those. And then I did do a little distress on this since it felt a little pink on pink to me. So that is tonight's card.
Love it.
And you can like look at that Oz dust right here, the green. Look how much shimmer that thing has.
Yeah.
A ton. I mean, it is thick with shimmer when you spray that out. I'll back up here a little bit and I'll show my cards from last week that I did post, but I missed to do them live. I ended up doing two because I did this one first when I was prepping and did the lacy egg die cut to get just this jaggedy edge with the card panel behind it. I did the stencil that came in the inspiration box that gives you that window look. I stenciled the emerald glitter glaze through that on a piece of vellum. Jaggedy ripped it so it just looked like broken glass, as if the monkeys had just flown out of it, kind of thing, with a broomstick in the hat. And so I did put, I can't remember the name of this glitter one that I did put on the hat just to give that a little shimmer. And then I just added some green sequins all the way around on that one.
Nice.
And this was the century something stamp set for the monkeys.
Oh yeah.
And then
Yep.
yeah, century. I want to say century flight, but that's not it. On the monkeys. And then I took the cutout of this, and I made this card. So this is the cutout. This was the paper that came in the inspiration box, along with the cutout that comes with that die set of the paper pad from the inspiration box. Stamped out these to color. I did the brick die, and then I embossed it with the embossing powder that came with, just for a little texture behind. And then the bubble stencil, and I just ombre'd some greens with that bubble stencil behind it. So that was the second version of the cutout from the first one.
Oh. Very nice. Yes, as I mentioned, folks were asking about you last week. Your public missed you.
Well, and I did have every intention of doing it from the hotel again. And then I had texted you. I'm like, I misread my schedule. I thought we were getting in at leaving at 5 a.m. and we got in at 8 p.m. or something. I totally misread my. I mean, I even had everything. I was ready to start packing the stuff to do in the hotel, and I was double checking my schedule, and I was like, darn it.
Yeah, no, completely understandable. So I am just getting my foam tape onto the back of the clouds. And honestly, we don't have to wait until I'm completely finished, because what I have left to do is pretty simple, and I'm just going to throw it all onto the base, and you kind of you get the overall gist of my card. Just going to stick each of those clouds onto where they belong. Now, I had just mentioned that the sky is darker up here than on this one, and that I liked it. Looking at it, I don't know that I love it as much. I think I like the lighter version, but there you have two ways that you can make it: a little bit darker, or going a little bit lighter.
I like it, but that's my brain going into got to have a little color. So I actually like yours
little
tonight.
color. The other thing is that when a tornado comes along, the sky does get dark overhead.
Right.
And so it's kind of that darkness coming in. So not terrible. Then all I'm going to do is go ahead and kind of prop that onto the card base, and I will stamp my sentiment, and I'll be done. So really easy, just a lot of coloring, but fun. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Love it.
Thank you.
Perfect. All right. Should we head on
All
up?
right, let's head on up.
There we go. Give it time to pop back on. All right, you guys. Thank you so much. Happy Thanksgiving. Hopefully you've got full
Thanksgiving.
tummies and just were able to veg and maybe craft along in your TV tray. Whatever you decided to do this evening. Don't forget, the sale started tonight. 30% off site wide. Different levels that I threw up at the beginning here, and I'll throw everything down below on the different levels of purchases that you get. All the design teams are putting out stuff here in the next 24 hours of the freebies and what you can make with those freebies, just to kind of show you, because there's some kind of cool different products in those as well. Um, yeah, so get your shop on.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, 30% off. You can't beat that. So,
Mm-mm.
if there's
No,
something that
that's
you've had on your wish list or that you've been eyeing, just saying, let the fingers do the walking a bit. And, yep,
or just a product where you're like, I don't know, like I mean, it's site wide, right? So it's the consumables, it's the stamps, it's the dyes, and
paper,
yeah, if
the
there's
card
yeah,
stuff.
oh paper, yeah, yep. And I know there's BOGO coming up too. I just saw, I can't remember which it was. I know
Oh,
there's
right.
BOGO paper pad and BOGO something else. Buy one get one. So,
Yeah, yep.
yep.
Lots of good stuff.
All righty, you guys, have a wonderful rest of your night and holiday, and we will see you next week.
See you next week.
Bye.